It is your voice, your vote as we join you again live at 5:30. It's the big primary election night with Kentucky right in the national spotlight and a lot on the line in that 4th congressional district. You could really boil down this night, folks, to Thomas Massie and Ed Gallrein.
That's right. Longtime WHS 11 political analyst, Iris Wilbur Glick of IW Strategies, and David Tandy with the Denton Law Group join us tonight. And I want to start with Iris, with you, if you would. This Ed Gallrein, Thomas Massie race has taken over the eyes of the nation. Everybody is watching it tonight. What does it mean for Thomas Massie? If he wins, what does it mean for the Republicans going forward in the general election and the America First agenda?
Sure. Thanks, Connie. And I think what we're going to see for the months ahead to wrap up this midterm cycle is the power of the Trump endorsement. There was some other headlines across the country today with the president making some last-minute endorsements. And so that's the ultimate test. Sort of the power of like campaign dollars, power of the incumbency. But when you have an incumbent president still in office making an endorsement, this will be the test to see if Massie can survive that endorsement and prevail.
David, most expensive congressional race in U.S. history, not just Kentucky. We've never seen a president get involved like this. Do you think Thomas Massie pulls off a victory tonight?
I think he has a shot, just because, you know, he's served that district for so long, so he's kind of built up some capital there. It will be interesting to see. I mean, again, you know, you've seen where the president's endorsement's been beneficial to those candidates in other places, most recently down in Louisiana, where you had Senator Casey lose in a 3-way primary to get knocked out going on to the general. It was effective there, but a lot of things that can happen in even a couple of weeks, you know, with everything happening with the Iran war, gas prices, you know, affordability, things like that. So we'll just see.
Are you giving him the victory tonight?
This is going to be, we're going to have to wait and see. You know, I haven't got my crystal ball.
All night.
Yeah, I haven't got my crystal ball out just yet. I mean, I think it is fair to say Thomas Massie has a very legitimate shot at being one of the first candidates to overcome a Trump endorsement in a Republican primary.
Oh, he walked in with his suitcase tonight. I guess that's going to be a long night. Do you agree with that, Iris?
I mean, tonight's going to be the test where, you know, is the party loyal to Trump, or is it sort of that ideologically pure test? And ultimately, I mean, we'll see. And Kentucky's never been sort of on the national stage in this way. But there is something to say about the power of incumbency. As David mentioned, he's a multi-term congressman, very popular, visible in his district. I'm looking at Boone County tonight, which is, you know, right outside Cincinnati, to see how they turn out and vote. If we see high voter turnout, which I'm expecting we will, and how some of these key precincts in some of the more populated areas, those are typically bellwether precincts, and so that's what I'm looking out for.
And David,
Michael Adams has already said, by the way, that those areas are getting higher turnout than Louisville.
So, David, I was just going to ask, so what are your thoughts going forward for the Democrats? We see how much money has been spent on the Republican side in the Mitch McConnell race, if you will, Andy Barr. It will slow down a little bit yesterday to see more Thomas Massie Gallrein race.
Right.
But how do you see the Democrats? Because the only one really spending any money on commercials at first was Dale Romans, and then Amy McGrath came in, but really not a lot of money being spent there. Will the Democrats step up when it comes time for the general election?
I think when you get to the general election, there's going to be a lot more dollars that can get concentrated, you know, on different races. And so I was not concerned about being outspent in the primary because, you know, quite frankly, the Democrats are we're talking to each other right now. And in that Senate race on the Democratic side, the two primary, the front runners between, you know, Charles Booker and Amy McGrath are well known in Democratic circles. So they're trying to make they don't have to do as much to make their case to those voters. Dale Roman spending some money in that race and seeing some ads from him. I thought he needed to do that. Honestly, I would like to have seen him do it a little bit earlier. So we're going to have to see, using a horse racing analogy, did he go to the whip soon enough to get across the finish line?
Big question I have for both of you all, a real local race of interest, because you were the former president of the Metro Council. Does it flip to the Republicans? tonight, because they have really been pushing to gain seats and turn it into a conservative majority on the majority of the Metro Council?
So, Doug, we still have a couple months to tell. You know, tonight there's only a couple of races where it's sort of that runoff treatment, right? This is the first cycle that Louisville's experienced that nonpartisan type of framework. And so a couple of the council districts have more than two running. The top two obviously will make it to the November ballot. And so I think tonight there's one incumbent Republican, Jeff Hudson, on Metro Council that has sort of a contested primary, if you will. Assuming he prevails, you know, I expect, you know, a lot of the incumbents on sort of the old Republican partisan line to hold their seat. And so it's a matter of the 2 to 3 pickup opportunity that the Republicans or the conservatives are targeting. And I mean, it's going to be an uphill battle, but I think it's doable. The midterm cycle and flare, I think, will influence a lot of turnout. Sort of the coattail effect could, I think, be an uphill battle for some Republicans.
Now, I thought the Metro Council race and the mayor's race were nonpartisan,
They are,
so
yes.
we're not worried about who
We're not
Democrats or
supposed to,
Republicans
but
picking
we know
up
who
seats.
is who.
That's what I was told when I was following the legislation in Frankfurt. But I mean, who am I? I'm just.
Come on, David. We know the partisan affiliation. So.
Well, pop your popcorn. We've got a big night ahead for you on WHAS 11 and WHAS 11 Plus. At 6, the polls close, and then at 6:30 on WHAS 11 Plus. Join me with the best team in politics. Iris and David are going to be here throughout the night, and we'll be talking about Thomas Massie and Ed Gallrein, of course. Connie.